Good day, my dear students. Through this video class, I am going to make you know regarding the lithosphere particularly. What does the lithosphere mean? What is its structure? And what are the main components of the lithosphere, especially regarding the rocks. From the previous chapter, it has been known to us that our planet Earth is the only planet in the solar system which is consisting of the lives. The animals and the plants have been present only on this planet, hence it is called a living planet. Say how this planet Earth has been structured, that in the sense how it has been formed, how the interior of the earth is, that must be known. Say, the shape of our planet Earth is called geoid. That in the sense, the planet Earth is bit flattened in the poles, say in the northern pole and as well as in the southern pole, and it bulges on the equator. The planet Earth is somewhat bulged in the equator. The equatorial diameter is 12,756 kilometers. 12,756 kilometers is the distance of the equatorial diameter. Similarly, the polar diameter is 12,714 kilometers. 12,714 kilometers. That in the sense, the shape of the earth is bit bulged at the equator and bit flattened on the poles. This shape of our planet Earth is, it is mainly known as geoid shape or earth shape or oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid. Say how our earth consisting of these different spheres. That in the sense, what kind of layer of the earth is called lithosphere, what layer of the earth is called hydrosphere, biosphere and atmosphere. Just let us know something about that in brief before let us want to know about the lithosphere and its structure. The earth, say the solid portion of the earth, which is consisting of the continents, all the continents, say the Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia, North America, South America and Antarctic. Say what all the continents we have on the earth. Say these continents, except the region which is shown with blue color, that is lithosphere, and the solid portion below the oceans, is also called a lithosphere. That in the sense, the outermost solid portion of course, that portion of the earth is called hydrosphere, except the continents. The lithosphere has been spread even below the oceans and seas. The floor of the ocean or seas is called lithosphere, as well as the continents. Hydrosphere is the portion of the earth which is covered by water, maybe in the form of the oceans, seas, gulfs or straits, etc. That portion of the earth is called hydrosphere. And the thin layer of the air that is surrounding the earth, of course our earth has been completely surrounded by the air. Different gases have been surrounding our earth. These different gases, what we have on the or above the lithosphere or hydrosphere is called atmosphere. This is atmosphere, in the sense the thin layer of the earth that is surrounding the earth is called atmosphere, and the solid portion of the earth is called lithosphere, say, which consists of continents and floor of oceans and seas. So these are the areas of the floors of the seas and ocean. Say, we know that 3/4 of the surface of the earth is covered with the ocean. 3/4 of the earth is covered with ocean. Say, the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean. Say, the floor or the bottom of the seas and oceans, that is also part of the lithosphere. And the water bodies on the earth, say seas and ocean, is called hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is the seas and oceans, or say oceans and seas, along with other water bodies. And the biosphere is the living beings present on the earth. Living beings consisting of the world of animals as well as world of plants, and even the aquatic living beings, the aquatic creatures. That what all we have on the surface of the earth is known as biosphere. Biosphere consists of all animals plus plants and aquatic creatures. Biosphere consists of all these things. See, these are the 4 spheres of our planet Earth. In this particular period, I am going to make you know regarding lithosphere, that is the solid portion of the earth. See, what does the lithosphere mean? Of course, regarding the atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere, our discussion will be in different videos. But through this particular video class, I am going to make you know regarding the solid portion of the earth. Say, what all the continents consisting of different countries. Say that, and the floor or the bottom of the oceans and seas is called lithosphere. How it has been formed, in the sense its structure. Most of us know that the earth has been formed in the process of a Big Bang, or say a great explosion. So it has been cooled down and it was solidified in a very long process. Say after this process has been over, in the process of solidification of the earth, how our interior of the earth is, how the interior of the earth has been structured. Say lithosphere is the outermost solid portion or solid layer of the earth. Outermost solid layer of the earth is called lithosphere. That in the sense, what all the solid portion we have, that part of the earth is called lithosphere. Litho is a Latin word, gives the meaning that rock. Say litho, a Latin word, gives us the meaning that rock. Rock usually is solid. Say this word lithosphere has been coined from the word litho. What all the solid portion of the earth we have is called lithosphere. The study of the lithosphere is not easy. In the sense, we the human beings so far have been able to go, say, for up to 10 to 12 kilometers inside the earth. That is the sense, we have been able with all this technology to go up to the depth of 10 to 12 kilometers only. Going beyond this depth in the sense, if you just think that I have made a cross section of the earth, we have been just able to go just 10 to 12 kilometers in the depth of the earth. Going beyond or going further in the depth of the earth is difficult. Going very deep inside the earth is very difficult because of one is the temperature increases. The temperature of the earth increases if one goes further in the depth of the earth. If we go deep, very deep in the earth, the temperature goes on increasing by 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters. For every 32 meters, 1 degree Celsius of temperature goes on increasing. So, the things which are inside the earth, of course, beyond 100 kilometers, they are in the molten form. That means in the semi-liquid form. Say, it is studying or knowing of the interior of the earth and the composition of the interior of the earth is quite difficult in another sense, that it is difficult dig the earth and sustain the temperature. And also it requires lot of expense as well as lot of labor. So we the human beings have been depending on some substances which come out from the depth of the earth through volcanoes or through the by studying the seismic waves. That in the sense how the earth tremors are generated, or how the seismic waves are generated and how they travel in the lithosphere or in this solid portion of the earth. On that basis, our study and our knowledge is based. The earth's interior consists of various matters. Various matters in the sense it is consisting of so many minerals, rocks, and the surface of the earth is covered with soil, and many more things are hidden in the earth. But what all the things are there inside the earth, or our understanding so far is completely based on the things or the substances that have come out in the form of lava. That in the sense, the liquid which is stored inside the earth, the liquid or which is there are all the substances which are in the form of liquid or say molten form. Sometimes that molten form of the substances come out due to high pressure or high temperature. So in the form of volcanoes. So what all the substances come out at the time of volcanoes, they give us that what all the things are there inside the earth. On the basis of the density of the substances, density of the materials, chemical composition of the things, and physical state of the different depths of the earth, on the basis of the physical density or physical state of the matters, and chemical composition means what kind of things and what are they made up of, on the basis of these, and the density of the things, that in the sense whether the substances have been densely attracted or they are sparse. On the basis of that, the earth's interior has been classified into 3 layers. The 3 layers of the lithosphere are: crust, one is layers of lithosphere. The layers of the lithosphere are the crust, second one mantle, and the third one is core. The earth's interior can be classified into these 3 layers: the crust, mantle, and core. Say, I suppose you need to observe this diagram of the intersection of the earth. Say, the outermost portion of the lithosphere, is called crust, and down to the crust we have a mantle or the middle layer, and the deepest layer of the earth is called core. Say the crust can be called outermost layer. Mantle can be regarded as middle layer of the lithosphere, and the core can be regarded as the innermost layer of the lithosphere. Regarding the crust or the outermost layer of the lithosphere, let us just know. Lithosphere is the solid portion of the crust is the solid portion of the lithosphere. The outermost layer, which has been solid due to cooling down of the earth. The earth has been formed about 4.6 billion years ago. In a very long process, the earth, which was in the liquid state, and it has been solidified because of the changes taking place in the surrounding areas of the earth. So it went in the process of cooling. So due to that cooling effect, the outermost portion of the earth has become solid, and inside portion of the earth has been still in the process of solidification, but due to the centrifugal force or attracting the outside things towards the center, the pressure is created more. The pressure inside the earth has been created more. Due to that pressure, the temperature is more inside the earth. That is why the substances are remaining in the form of liquid, or they are remaining in the form of molten form, in the sense semi-liquid form. Semi-liquid in the sense, say that substance is having the features of solid as well as liquid. So partly liquid, partly solid. Say in the state of paste, or say any kind of say gum or etc. So in that state, the substances inside the earth are remaining. Say regarding crust, the crust can be classified into two layers. The crust can be classified into two layers. One is the continental crust and another is oceanic crust. That is the sense. The continental crust is the solid portion of the earth which is having the continents, is called continental crust. That is clearly seen. Say the outermost layer of the earth which is say solid, or which is consisting of the continents and all these things, that is called continental crust. That is also called CL. In the sense, the lighter substances like silica and aluminium are predominant in that layer. In the continental crust, the lighter metals like silica and aluminium, hence it is called Cl. Silica Si, aluminium Al. By coining by taking the first two letters of those two metals, this word has been formed. Cl, Ci, silica, Al, aluminium. So that is called Cl. The lighter substances have been predominant in the continental crust. Down to that, we have another layer or the lower layer of the crust, which is called seema. The two layers of the crust are, one is Cl, another is seema. This word has been formed by two substances, that is Si is silica and Me is magnesium. And this Cl is called silica and aluminium. Say, the oceanic crust, continental crust and oceanic crust are the two layers of the crust. The crust is for about 60 to 100 kilometers from the surface of the earth. 60 to 100 kilometers. That in the sense, the thickness of the crust is for about 60 to 100 kilometers from the surface of the earth. Say, if it is the surface of the earth, from the surface, the crust is for about 60 to 100 kilometers. The crust is more thick in the continental crust or in the continents, but it is thin in the oceanic crust, or say below the oceans or seas, the crust is bit thinner. The crust, which is a very solid portion, consists these two layers named as Cl and seema. Both these layers are in the solid form, and down to this crust, the outermost layer of the earth, we have the second or the middle layer of the lithosphere, that is mantle. The mantle, which is in molten form or semi-liquid form, partly liquid, partly solid, in that state. The layer which is called mantle is up to 2900 kilometers from the surface of the earth. The depth of the mantle is up to 2900 kilometers. The crust is for about 60 to 100 kilometers, whereas the mantle is for about 2900 kilometers from the surface of the earth. It is not from the bottom of the crust. From the surface of the earth, the mantle has been spread. The mantle is also consisting of two layers, which are called as the upper mantle and the lower mantle. One is upper mantle and the second one is lower mantle. These are the two layers of the mantle. The upper mantle is also called asthenosphere, which is in the molten state. It is also called asthenosphere. it is in the molten form. The mantle is in the molten form or semi-liquid form. And the lower mantle, which is also called mesosphere, it is in the with solid form. It is comparing to the upper mantle, the lower mantle is with solid. The major substances or the metals found in this layer, the mantle, are say magnesium. Magnesium and iron are quite predominant. Magnesium and iron are quite predominant in the mantle. The reason joining the mantle and the crust, this portion or this layer is known as Morovicic discontinuity or moho. That is the sense. That layer is consisting of the features of crust as well as mantle. The things or the substances there in the Morovicic discontinuity are in the solids as well as in the liquid states. And the layer which is down to the mantle is called core. The mantle, that is the lower mantle and upper core. We have another kind of layer which we call it as Gutenberg discontinuity. I will just touch upon that a bit later. Say the layer which is down to or still further deep to the mantle is called core. It is the innermost layer of the earth. The core is up to 6,317 kilometers from the surface of the earth. 6,317 kilometers from the surface of the earth. The core can be classified, or core is also consisting of two layers. One is known as outer core and the very innermost core is called inner core. Outer core and inner core are the two layers of the core. The outer core is in the molten form, or it is called molten core, and the inner core is called solid core. That is bit solid or hard comparing to the outer core. Say the predominant materials in the core are nickel and ferrous. Nickel and ferrous are quite common in the core. Hence, that layer is also called knife. Knife is a word which is formed by the first two letters of nickel as well as ferrous, that is iron, the heavy substances. So one aspect we need to know that the lighter substances like aluminum and silica have been there in the crust, that is the outermost layer on the surface, or not on the surface but on the outermost layer of the earth. But in the depth of the earth we have heavy materials. Say it is quite common that so heavy materials go down into the liquids. So lighter materials, they start coming outside, or they may start floating. Say this is what the structure of the planet Earth is. The lithosphere can be classified into three layers, that is crust, mantle and core. The crust is having two layers, CL and CMA, is up to 60 to 100 kilometers from the surface, and the mantle is up to 2900 kilometers, which is also can be divided into two layers as upper mantle and lower mantle. Similarly, the core is also the core, which is the innermost layer, that also can be classified into two layers as outer core and inner core. Say these are the three layers of the lithosphere of our planet Earth. Only the solid portion, the outermost layer of our Earth is very hard, but inside the Earth the substances are in the form of semi-liquid or in the molten form, or the liquid state, which we call it as magma. When it comes out of the surface of the Earth, it is called lava. So in that state, all the substances have been deposited, or all the substances are present there inside the Earth. Say after this, we have some information to be known regarding the rocks. So what kind of things the rocks are? Let us know something about these particular aspects. Say each one of us have seen rock. What is rock? What kind of thing it is, and all this. Say rock is predominantly available on the surface of the Earth, as well as it is in the depth of the crust, as well as in the mantle. What are its different types? In the sense, all the rocks what are available on the Earth or from the inside of the Earth are not similar. They are different. They are different in their composition or in their physical features. So we will know about that. Before that, let us know what does rock mean. Rock is a solid inorganic substance. Solid inorganic substance available on the surface as well as in the depth of the crust of our Earth. On the basis of the process of formation of the rocks, on the basis of the process of the formation of the rocks can be classified into three categories. What are those? One